Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about while loop. Okay? Now, what is a loop? A loop is something that can execute a block of code as long as a specified condition is reached. Okay? We'll learn about this in detail now. Do not worry about it. Loops are handy because they save time, they reduce errors, and they make code more readable. Okay? And in this video, we'll be learning about while loop. The while loop loops through a block of code as long as the specified condition is true. Okay? So let me write a program straight away and explain you how it works. Okay? So int I is equal to 0. Okay? I'll say that the initial value of I equal to 0. Next, the syntax of while loop is while and condition inside the brackets. Okay? And then the body of the while loop. Alright? Yes. So here condition I'll write I less than 5. Okay? I less than 5. And inside the brackets I'll say system dot out dot print ln and I'll say I. Okay? I'll say I. So let me end it with semicolon. And now let me run this. And you can see I have zeros. Okay? I have zeros because this is an infinite loop. This is because, see, I have said that I is equal to 1. Sorry, 0. Okay? I am saying variable I has the value 0. You can read this as until I is less than 5, do this. Okay? So you can think of while loop as until this is true, execute this. So what happens is, first time it will check whether I is less than 5, 0 is less than 5. So 0 is less than 5, that means this comes out as true, and so this will be executed. So we have our first 0. Okay, first 0. Then once again it will start from here. Okay, it will check whether I is less than 5. 0 is less than 5, and so once again this will be executed and I have my second 0. Once again it will check whether I is less than 5. 0 is less than 5, and so it prints I once again, and so I have my third 0. And in the same way it continues looping here, and we get zeros infinitely. Okay? Because 0 is always or will be always less than 5. And so we have infinite number of zeros here. Okay? So let us edit this. Let us modify this. I'll say I is equal to I plus 1. Alright? So I'll say I is equal to I plus 1. Now, let me run this. And you can see I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 as output. Now let us try to understand what is happening. I have said I equal to 0. So in the first loop, first iteration, it checks whether 0 is less than 5. So 0 is less than 5, and so this is executed. So the value of I in the first iteration is 0, and so 0 is printed out. Next, this line gets executed. So here, so this is 0. So 0 plus 1, 1, and 1 gets stored in I. Then it goes to this once again. It checks whether 1 is less than 5. 1 is less than 5, it is true, and so this is executed with the new value of I. So we get 1. New value of I is 1. Alright. Next, So new value of I is 1, and so we have 1 here. 1 plus 1 is 2, and so 2 gets stored in I, or the updated value of I is 2 now. So it goes back to this, it checks whether 2 is less than 5. 2 is less than 5, it is true, and so this is printed with new value of I, which is 2. We get it here. Next, it is 2 here. 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 gets saved here, and it goes back to this 3 less than 5, true, and so it prints out I, which is 3. Next, this is 3 here. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 gets stored here. It goes back here. 4 is less than 5, true, and so 4 gets printed out in the next line. And finally, 4 plus 1 is 5. It goes to this. 5 less than 5 is false, and so the loop stops here and proceeds to the next line. Okay, proceeds to the next line. So let me give system.out.println, and I'll say the end, and let me end this, and here let me have I. Okay, now let me run this. You can see that you are getting the end after 4 and not after 0 or 1 or 2 or 3. That means after the while loop has stopped working, the next line gets executed. So until while loop is still iterating, this doesn't get executed. Okay, so I hope you have understood, and this is how the while loop works. Now let me delete this. Okay, and let me have, yeah. Now I is equal to I plus 1. You can write I is equal to I plus 1 as I plus equal to 1. You know about this, correct? We have learned it. So I plus equal to 1 is equal to I is equal to I plus 1. Alright. So let me run it to get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can have I plus plus. Okay, I plus plus. Now I plus plus also gets you the same result, and this is called as incrementing operator. Okay, incrementing operator. So I plus plus or increment operator, I plus plus is equal to I plus equal to 1, or I is equal to I plus 1, or in other words, this, and this, all three are same. Okay, all three are same, and you are free to choose any one. This increments the value by 1, and generally we use this because it is easy. Alright, but if this and this confuses you, you can go ahead and use this one. Alright, but remember that this, and this all are same. Okay, so let me delete this now. Now let me write a program as an exercise to get the multiplication table of 3 using while loop. Okay, using while loop. So you can see 3, 6, 9, 12 till 30. So this is multiplication table of 3. So let me minimize this and let me delete this. Okay, let me delete this. So I'll write and I'll explain. I'll say int I is equal to 1. Alright. Now what is this one? This is our starting. Okay, 3 into 1 equal to 3. Correct? So what is this one? This is 1 is from where we start multiplication from. Correct? 1. And so I'm saying int I is equal to 1. So this is the 1 here. Next, I'll say int num equal to 3, because we are trying to get a multiplication table of 3. Alright. Now I'll say while. What do I give here? I less than or equal to 10. Okay, 10. Why 10? Because we need till 3 into 10, correct? 3 into 10. So we need till 10, and so I have given I less than or equal to 10. Okay, and here I'll say int product is equal to I into num. Okay, I into num, and I'll end it here. Int product is equal to I, which is this, into num. And now I'll print it out. System dot out dot print ln, and I'll print out the product. Okay, I'll print out the product. So after this, what do we need to do? We need to increment or increase the value of I by 1. Okay, so let me run this, and we get 3 till 30. Okay, so now let us try to analyze what is happening here. I is equal to 1, num is equal to 3. While I is less than equal to 10. So first it checks whether I is less than or equal to 10. So 1 is less than or equal to 10. So this is correct. We have created a new variable here named product, and in this product we store I into num. So what is I in the first iteration? 1. What is num? 3. So 1 into 3, 3. 3 gets stored in product, and it gets printed out in the next line. Okay, so we get 3. In the next line, we are incrementing I by 1. So I is 1. I was 1 initially. When we increment, it becomes 2. And now once again it goes back to this line. It checks whether 2 is less than or equal to 10. 2 is less than or equal to 10. It is true, and so 2 into 3 gets stored in product. 2 into 3 is 6. 6 is stored in product, and it is printed in the next line. So we get 6 here, and we are incrementing I. So 2 plus 1, 3. It goes back here, and the same thing repeats till I becomes 10. So I becomes 10, I is less than or equal to 10, and we end it here. Because in the next iteration, when I becomes 11, 11 is not less than or equal to 10, this fails, and this entire thing is skipped. Okay, this is skipped. Alright, yes. So this is how a while loop works. Okay, now as an exercise, I want you to get the multiplication table of any different number. Okay, so you have to go ahead and practice it. Now let me proceed further. We have a modification of while loop, which is do while loop. Okay, so let me remove this. And show you how it works. So here I'll say while, or let me say int I is equal to 0. Okay, generally for while and for loop, which we'll learn in the next video, we use letter I. Okay, letter I for variables. All right, when we are using it in a while loop. So int I equal to 0, and I'll say while I less than 5. What do I want to do? Let me say system dot out dot print ln, and let me print out the value of I. Okay, let me print out the value of I, and in the next line I'll say I plus plus. Okay, so let me run this, and you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 as result. So this is normal working of while loop. So first the condition is checked. If the condition is true, then this is executed. Okay, this is executed. Now do while loop. So let me have this here. All right, let me have while loop here, here I'll write the syntax for do while loop. So it is do, alright, do and then bracket, and inside we have a statement, and then while, and then the condition. Okay, condition. What is the condition? The same thing, I less than 5. I less than 5. Alright, I less than 5, and we end it with semicolon. So inside do, let me write system dot print system dot out dot println, and let me print out the value of I itself, and here I'll say I plus plus. Okay, I plus plus. Now let me run this. It is with this, so let me delete this. Okay, now let me run it to get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we are getting the same result as we got here. All right, now let me have 8 here. Okay, let me have 8 here, and let me run this, and you can see I have 8 as output. Let us try to understand what is happening here. Now in do while loop, the condition is checked at the last. Alright, and before checking the condition, we execute what is in the do part. Okay, see, do this and then this, do this and then this. This is what the do while loop means. So first what happens is do this. So system.out.println I. So whatever is stored in I gets printed. So I have stored 8, and so 8 gets printed. And I'm saying I plus plus 9. Okay, 9. Now it goes to this while. It checks whether 9 is less than 5. 9 is not less than 5, this is false, and so the do while loop stops. Even though this condition was not satisfied in the first loop itself, we have our result. Okay, whereas here in while loop, first the condition is checked, and if the condition is true, then only the block is executed. Whereas here, first the block is executed and we check the condition. So the do while loop will always be executed at least once, even if the condition is false, because the code block is executed before the condition is tested. Okay, condition is tested. All right, so I hope you have understood. Let me delete this, and let me remove the and let me remove this, and let me remove this. Okay, so now let me run it, and and you can see program did not output anything. That is because I is 8. It checks here whether I is less than 5. 8 is not less than 5, it is false, and so this is not executed. Okay, so this is how while and do while loop works. Alright, yes. So that's it for this video. Go ahead and practice the things that we have learnt in this video. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.